so many movies, no time to watch them all. But Twig wants to see them, so we gave Twig a call. Now they're bringing on their friends, and together they will view these. So sit back and relax, it's Twig's Missing Movies.
Hello and welcome to Twig's Missing Movies, a show dedicated to watching the movies that Twig inexplicably hasn't seen. I'm your host, Drayfreak, and here is our cinematically curious crow, Corvus Twig.
Sorry, who are you?
Remember we discussed this, remember? I could tell immediately the recognition, the shock on your face. Remember we discussed? We upgraded you.
I just, no, it's just like, I feel like I remember doing a show with somebody who looks like you, but it was so long ago. So long ago.
It's me. What?
It was
it's
all
me.
the way back in June.
Oh my god.
June is like, look,
Right,
look, in our current political climate, a month is like an eternity.
I forget you normal little crows have a really warped sense of passage of time. What is a month for normal people is like 8 years for you, isn't it? Something like that?
Yeah. Oh, yes. You're the person that insults my movie knowledge, but hey, I'm getting there.
You're curious now, kid.
I'm so curious.
You're growing up. You're growing up real big, real strong. So you're gonna be a man.
I'm actually trying to think, have I even watched any new movies in the last month since we did this show?
I miss seeing Sinners in the movie theater. We were gonna watch Sinners when I was at Crockett's house, and there was a lot of stuff we were gonna do.
You know what?
House, but we just kind of forgot.
Maybe in like November or something, we should do like a Dre's Missing Movie Month.
Dre's Missing Movies. You mean all the movies from the year that I didn't get to see?
Yeah, we could do Sinners, because I would watch that movie over and over and over again, because it's so good.
I really want to watch it. I've heard nothing but good things. The other movie that I want to watch that's I've heard nothing but good things about is the new Superman movie.
Yeah, I want to see that too. I mean, the review that made me want to see that movie the most, like, I listened to this reviewer's words, and they said that this movie is trash and woke garbage and that nobody should see it. And that was the review from Ben Shapiro. And so now I really want to see the movie based off of that review.
It's over, guys. Nothing has been. There's one guy too that I've followed for a while, because he usually has pretty good media literacy, like breakdowns of like gacha games storylines, and I've been following him for Fate Grand Order story breakdowns, because I refuse to open the game to like read it anymore, because it's basically like reading a like 400-page novel every time for every chapter, and I don't got time for that. I can't read like that anymore. I got responsibilities.
But he went on this weird tangent
about how like some of the choices in the movie were counterintuitive to Superman lore and Superman himself, and how James Gunn didn't nail it as an immigrant movie. And I'm like, I don't know, man. All the immigrants that I know that watch this movie are like, this is fucking awesome. And I'm like, okay, so I now have two conflicting opinions, and I need to go see it for myself, you know?
Yeah, I definitely want to go see it. I'm sure I'll get out there. I got time next week. I think maybe I could go give it a watch.
I want to watch, like, for me, okay, so, you know, one of the other like, I don't think it's been discussed enough or really brought up at all, is with me moving into Bond's house for school, is that whenever there's a movie out, I can just drag them to movies now. I can drag them and their partner to movies, and I don't have to go alone.
That'd be
obviously,
nice.
they're gonna fight me. They're gonna fight me on this, because like, save your money, Dre. But I'm like, but movie time is very cool time, you know.
And there's something.
Maybe I won't miss as many.
Watching a movie in a theater with other people in the theater, it's a nice experience. Like, there's something about it that, like, it's not the same as watching it at home.
It's like renting a movie off of Amazon versus going to Blockbuster, right? It like renting a physical movie from like a library has a much different feel to watching it than just watching it off of like Prime or like Max, you know? Or what? Did they switch it back? Did they switch it back to HBO?
It's
right?
HBO Max now. It just switched back to HBO Max. It was
really
HBO, Go. Then it was HBO Max. Then it was just Max, and now it's HBO Max again.
I didn't realize this. There's a burger chain, kind of like, I would say it's like Swedish Culver's, called Max, and I really wonder how they got away with that naming convention in Sweden, because of that. If you guys are ever in Sweden, go to Max though. It's really good. They have fried goat cheese, and that shit is like crack. It is absolute crack.
I want to go Sweden.
It's very worth it.
But we need to. But okay,
though.
okay, Dre, you fucked us up here because we were talking about superhero movies, and now we got away from superhero movies, and so now I don't have a nice, easy transition because we're talking about a superhero movie today.
I got you. Wait.
We are talking about Spider-Man. Wait, Spider-Man 2. Wait.
Spider-Man 2. No,
not this one. I'm sorry.
No, the other one. No, still wrong. The other one.
This one, Spider-Man Far From Home. That was the second one. Tom Holland.
No.
Yeah, because I already saw this one, so we can't do this.
Yeah, we already said that. That's not on the list.
Oh, I know it's Spider-Man sequel, Across the Spider-Verse. Yes, they're talking. Wait, I saw this one already too.
That. We talked about that at great length in another show.
Yeah.
It's the other Spider-Man.
Oh, this
2.
one. This
it's
one.
The one with Tobey Maguire.
The Tobey Spider-Man 2.
To be determined as we watch it. It's Spider-Man 2, directed by Sam Raimi, starring Tobey Maguire, Kirsten Dunst, James Franco, Alfred Molina, Rosemary Harris, Donna Murphy, amongst a lot of other casts. It was released in June of 25 at the Man Village Theater, and then had a full global release, well, the full global being in the United States, on June 30th.
So what you're saying is this poster that says this July was a lie.
It had a full global release in July.
Okay.
With varying staggered releases across the globe. Because this was back when like superhero movies kind of hit different in different time zones, you know.
I mean, before the whole Marvel explosion, it felt like the Spider-Man movies and the Christopher Nolan Batmans were those were like the two big superhero franchises that did really well.
And it's actually kind of unfortunate because this series of Spider-Man movies with Tobey Maguire was good in what launched it basically propelled the success for other Marvel movies made later by Marvel Studios, which became incorporated into Disney, and started the whole, why don't we have Spider-Man in Disney Marvel? Because Sony owns the right to Spider-Man specifically because of these movies.
But also a lot of Spider-Man's villains, which is why we get all these movies like Morbius and Kraven the Hunter that are like not part of the MCU, but
and not good as standalone movies because shocker, guys, they're B-tier villains.
Wait, I thought Shocker was in The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
He is. The Shocker is in Amazing Spider-Man 2, and he is technically part of the Sinister Six. So his name's not Shocker.
Actually, do you know who the Sinister Six are? I'm trying to think if I can guess them correctly.
You go ahead and try to guess.
So I think it's Shocker, Green Goblin, Dr. Octopus, Scorpion. I don't think Kingpin is one of the Sinister Six,
nope,
so I'm gonna say Sandman and the Rhino. So
it can vary. Sometimes the lineup has a few interchangeable villains in it, but for the most part, it is going to be Dr. Octopus, Vulture.
Oh, Vulture, that's the one.
Electro. Yeah. Sometimes you'll see the Green Goblin mixed in there. Sometimes you'll see Hobgoblin mixed there. Sometimes it's Rhino. Sometimes you'll see the Lizard.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the Lizard.
You
think about it?
Hammerhead, Boomerang, and also Kraven the Hunter also sometimes gets tossed in. It really just depends per series. And sometimes it's a matter of like sometimes Mysterio shows up because one of the other original members gets killed and they have to replace him.
Yeah.
But I would say for the most part, it's going to be Vulture, Sandman, Electro, Mysterio, Craven, and Doctor Octopus.
Yeah, Dr.
Are like
Octopus
the
is-
go-tos. Are the
But-
go-tos 9 times out of 10.
God, this just makes me realize that, like, the only superhero who has a rogues gallery that can rival Batman is Spider-Man. Like, Superman's got a good rogues gallery, but it still seems to be mostly Lex Luthor centered. But
Yeah,
Spider-Man's
I
got a lot
mean,
of iconic villains, and I think
there's-
only like Batman, I'd still say has the most iconic set of villains. But
Sorry.
oh,
The
Oh, we splooting?
the
splooting?
worst thing to happen to superhero movies is that villains that are problematic for the main character almost always have to be killed off by the end of it or removed from the picture, right? With a few exceptions. And it's actually tragic because you end up with a lot of villains getting basically hammed on who should not be hammed on. Baron Zemo in Captain America movies, way more sinister, way more conniving, scheming motherfucker in the comics, basically gets waylaid by one punch from a normie. I mean, fuck, like, where do I begin, right? With the number of Marvel villains that have just been waylaid because they needed someone to be the villain and in that movie.
it does.
Kang. Oh my god, Kang, do not get me started on Kang.
I think they would have done more with Kang if Jonathan Majors was not.
Yeah, but he was also defeated by Ant-Man in the first movie he showed up in. Like, beyond, just like, I'm talking within the lore of the universe, Ant-Man beating the shit out of Kang in one movie was not ideal for setting up a supervillain that is on par with Thanos, and in many series makes Thanos look like a little bitch.
Yeah, can't disagree with you there.
Also,
but
I needed them to do the incel version of Thanos, where he was doing it all to court death, because that would have been way more topical at the time those movies came out.
well,
Anyway,
but
moving back to Spider-Man.
I do know. What do I know about this movie? I know Spider-Man 2, the primary villain, is Dr. Octopus.
Okay, well, we're not at that question yet. You're jumping the gun.
But no, James
think
Gunn did
about it
Superman.
forward yet.
James Gunn did
But
Superman.
not James Gunn's Superman.
Not
that
gun.
one yet.
Not jumping that gun. Okay.
It had a budget of $124 million and grossed over $795 million in the box office. It was the second highest number of screenings behind Shrek 2 in that year. And Lord of the Rings: Return of the King, and a few other movies all came out of that year. Remember when we talked a few months ago about the year of many movies coming out?
2004 was a big year.
2004's movie year was ginormous. Because you also had Revenge of the Sith. You also had Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. You also had Austin Powers Goldmember. Men in Black 2, Transformers Dark of the Moon, Star Wars, like it's Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Man's Chest, also 2004. The Dark Knight was, I think it's, no, that was 2008. 2005, sorry, that wasn't that year. Right. It sits pretty at an 8.3 out of 10. On pretty much everything. It has an 8 plus rating, an 83 out of 100 on Metacritic, 93% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's huge. It is the most beloved Spider-Man film, I think, of the last 20 years.
That's saying a lot because the newer ones are very widely loved.
Oh, they are, but they haven't had time to marinate in the general zeitgeist of people's minds the same way 2004 Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man has, right? We've been sitting on this for 21 years, right, as a movie. So we've had time to basically peel it apart, adapt it in our minds, remember it, misremember it, rewatch it, re-enjoy it, and go, yeah, this wasn't a bad film, even though it has a lot of goofy moments in it. But we won't get into that. It did win an Academy Award for Best Visual Effects, an American Film Institute Award for Movie of the Year, BMI Film and TV Awards for Best Film Music, Broadcast Film Association Award for Best Popular Movie. It won an Empire Award for Best Director, Sam Raimi. It won Saturn Awards for Best Film, Best Actor, Best Director, Best Writer, Best Special Effects, Best Overall DVD, if you guys remember those things. Visual Effects Society, Outstanding Composition, Outstanding Creative Environment, Outstanding Performance by an Actor or Actress, and World Stunt, Best Overall Stunt by Stuntman.
Wow.
And it had a number of nominations in every other category. And again, you have to all remember, this was 2004. A movie-packed year with banger after banger movies. We have not seen a year so filled with banger movies as 2004 was, right?
99.
Since 2004.
Okay, that's fair. Since then, yeah.
Since 2004. It's, I don't know. It's near and dear to my heart. It's near and dear to, I would assume, most of the audience's heart too. Now, it does lead me to question though, Twig, why haven't you seen this movie? Because I feel like you're the exact audience this movie would be geared at, especially given the time frame.
It's, I mean, that's actually a really, really good question. I can't believe I haven't seen this movie. Like, it's of almost of all the movies, like, why haven't you seen this? This is definitely like top 3 of what the fuck? Why have I not seen this? It's astonishing to me that I hadn't seen this. The astonishing Spider-Man that I haven't seen. That, God, how many different adjectives has Spider-Man had over the years? Anyway, but like, I don't know. Just like when it came out, I was in college at the time, and I wasn't really going to the movie theater a lot in college. Like, of the movies that you listed there, the only one I saw in theaters was Lord of the Rings. Every other movie I didn't see till later.
In 21 years, you managed to avoid seeing this movie for 21 years. I would have thought within that time frame you would have gone, I should watch the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies.
Yeah, well, the thing is, I saw the first one when it came out and enjoyed it. Enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Enjoyed watching Willem Dafoe ham it up as the Green Goblin. It was a good movie. I liked it. And then when this one came out, I just kind of missed it when it came out. And then the third one came out, and everybody made fun of it and said it was bad. And so I guess it's like, the third one isn't that good. I guess maybe I just want. But even though I assumed this movie was good, I never thought this movie was bad, because everybody said it was great. And I don't know. I just never got around to it. It's weird. It's weird. But I'm looking forward to
it. And like the worst part about this is you probably have enough of weird bits and pieces of it to know generally what's going to happen in it.
Well, it's just kind of funny because I see the resolution of what happens to Dr. Octopus in the third Spider-Man movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
You already get a lot of it.
The one that retconned this movie into being part of the MCU.
Yeah, you're going to have a lot spoiled for you. So what do you know about Spider-Man 2, Twig?
Honestly, other than Dr. Octopus, like, I know I saw like a clip of Dr. Octopus like chasing Spider-Man down like a railway or something, like an above ground like train system. Like I saw a bit of a chase scene from that. That's pretty much all I know. You know, it's a Spider-Man movie. What more can you really have? It's Spider-Man movie with Dr. Octopus as a villain. I don't know anything else that happens in it. I don't know. I have some guesses, but that's not what this part is for. This is what do I know? I don't know, but I have some guesses.
I mean, I know you know memes. I know you've seen those.
But I'm not sure which memes I saw are specifically from this one. I mean, the Tobey Maguire meme I see the most, I know, is from the third one when he's all emo and dancing.
I mean, that has been memed to death and shit.
Yeah, but like
you just.
Oh.
I don't know. I think we're gonna have a good time.
I have a few times where I'm going to be a meme myself, and the meme I'm going to be is Leonardo DiCaprio pointing at the screen.
Oh, for sure. I feel like that's a lot of anytime we watch a movie that you it's been out for a while, you know it, you've wanted to see, you just have it, you just go, I know that. I mean, that's from the meme.
Like when we watched the second Twilight movie and the one like aristocratic like lead vampire looking down, I was like, wait, that's from Twilight?
Oh yeah. I was genuinely confused that you didn't know that, because I don't know how else you can describe those guys besides aristocrat vampires. Like they're as stereotypical as you can get.
Yeah, but I didn't think that kind of vampire was in the Twilight movies.
They're the Venatori.
Well, I know that now, but
They're Italians locked in the 1400s.
look, should we just get to my predictions?
Yeah, let's get to your predictions because I'm interested to see what you predict. Very much so.
All right. My first prediction is that Peter Parker and Mary Jane are in a relationship at the beginning of the movie. So yeah, I'm going to say that those two are like an item and still an item and like their boyfriend and girlfriend. I think that Peter Parker is in college and Dr. Octopus is one of his professors. I'm going to guess that. It's like one of those things where, like, it sounds like it seems right, but I don't know it for sure, so I think I can still count it as a prediction because I don't know. I'm going to say that we have a plot where what is it? Otto Octavius is his real name? Like Dr. Octopus's real name?
Yeah, Dr. Otto Octavius.
Otto Octavius.
Because we like alliteration.
Otto Octavius and Peter Parker are good friends, but Spider-Man and Doc Ock are enemies. So it's going to be one of those things where, like, they don't know that the other person is the other person, and so they're like, we're friends! But they're also enemies and they don't know it. Because that seems like a thing. I'm going to say Peter and MJ break up at some point. I think there's going to be like a little breakup scene. I'm going to guess that Doc Ock figures out that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. And then lastly, I think Doc Ock dies, but not killed by Peter. Like, it's gonna be one of those things where they'll be fighting, but like something else will cause him to die, you know? Because Spider-Man don't kill. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I mean...
So I feel like I'm gonna do very well on these predictions because it's one of those things where it's just like, I've probably gotten just enough cultural osmosis to be able to make pretty accurate guesses. But I promise you, I don't actually know anything on here for sure happens. But you know, yeah. We'll see how it goes.
These are good guesses. These are interesting guesses. And I appreciate that they also are sort of revolve around Dr. Ock and not really anything about Spider-Man. And I think it's fascinating.
I feel like that's very much the case in sequel movies where the first one is built up around the origin story of the hero, and the second one, you know, it's still about the hero, but the second movie seems to really be when you start to get to know more about the villain. Empire Strikes Back feels like a much bigger movie about Darth Vader than Luke Skywalker. The Dark Knight feels a lot more about the Joker than Batman. You know what I mean? You know, it's just like the second movie feels like one where you really get to explore the villain and the depths of the villain almost more than you do the hero.
Yeah, no, I get you. I get you.
And I think Doc Ock is going to be an interesting character. But man, you know what? I wish we had more of the Dr. Octopus from the Spider-Verse movies because I loved the female Doc Ock. I thought she was great.
I could probably end up sitting here speaking for hours about the variations of Dr. Octopus and which ones I think are good and how movies always fail to fully capture a villain so completely that I'm like, wow, I really appreciate this villain form over all the other ones when I just... And that's the curse of knowing, right? That's the curse of knowing what's out there.
Well,
right?
How about we bring the guest on to talk about that. But before we do that, we should watch the movie.
We should.
All right.
So, guys, when we come back, we'll have watched the Spider-Man 2 Tobey Maguire movie.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. God. One day we'll be able to manage a good takeaway transition without goofing it all up.
Hey.
Hello, everyone. Welcome into Twigs Missing Movies. We are joined today by OmegaMystiQ.
Hello.
Why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself?
I'm a half-elf sorcerer, just hanging out, playing games, trying to make friends. I don't really take anything too much seriously. I don't even know how to work my own model. It's crazy.
Yeah, we had a little bit of technical difficulties, and so we presented to you in PNG vision today. That's fine.
Me.
That's fine. Yes, I believe I met you through Usu. We love Usu on this show.
Our beloved bat.
She's wonderful.
We love Usu. Good member of the community. Good member of the Twig conglomerate.
But so you mentioned that you wanted to be on this show, and when you found out that this was on the list, you jumped on this movie pretty much immediately. So why did this movie stand out as like, oh, we gotta have him watch and discuss this movie? Why'd you pick Spider-Man 2?
I mean, mostly just like you said in the intro, it was kind of baffling that you hadn't yet seen this movie somehow. Like, just seeing it on the list kind of hurt me. It hurt my soul in a way.
Same. It also hurt my soul when I first saw it, and I'm actually kind of surprised it took this long for someone to choose it.
Yeah, I know, right?
Because I feel like it's a beloved Spider-Man movie, in the Tobey Maguire series, right?
Yeah, I mean, as somebody who's watched, most movies in the MCU, this is a gigantic cultural blind spot for me,
Yeah,
Personal.
well, it took a special kind of nerd.
Yeah, I am a very special kind of nerd.
So did you also see this movie in theaters, or was this a movie you watched on DVD or rented?
Oh, this was a movie that I saw randomly on TV at the time, because I was early high school back when this movie first came out, and really the first two Spider-Man movies were kind of my first real foray into the comics universe. Up to this point, I think it was the first two X-Men movies and the Blade movies.
Classic pre-MCU movies.
Yeah, and I didn't even know that the Blade movies were a comic book movie. So these movies kind of felt special. Funny enough, though, when this movie came out, I had no idea. It just randomly played on TV one day. So I probably saw it at least a year after it came out. But yeah, a child glued to the couch while I was playing on TV, for sure.
Oh yeah, and being young in 2004, I can imagine this movie would have been mind-blowing,
Oh god, yeah. I mean, the visual effects in this movie are some of the best. And I mean, again, this year, 2004, a ton of movies were really pushing the boundaries of what CGI could do. And this was, I think, one of the few years where CGI was really good. And after this, it just kind of went downhill because it started getting overused, oversaturated, and everything. Because a lot of the movie, there's a lot of scenes where there's reasonable CGI done, especially to make Spider-Man's costume look more realistic, more skin tight rather than just bulky, right? Like the elevator scene, if you remember.
Yep,
that's him in CGI. That whole scene is him CGI'd.
Really?
So it appears seamless, and more realistic and contour to a body rather than the bulky thing that it is in the production shots. But I don't know. Good CGI. good effects.
I would say,
Thank you.
yeah, visually, I felt like this, for a movie that's 21 years old, the visuals definitely held up. It still looked pretty good. There was a couple
wasn't
shots. There was a couple shots that I could tell were obviously CGI, but like, yeah,
I think that's bound to
They
happen
weren't-
in
yeah.
any kind of film that uses CGI. You know,
but I mean, you
Is
see
that
that even in new movies these days sometimes.
I mean, yeah, that's because movies these days are lazy with their CGI.
Well-
This came from a time when they cared.
the funny
Right.
thing is that like almost every movie, no matter what it is, uses CGI. But most CGI is very minimal and unnoticeable because it's used to like remove things from the background. Like that's the most common use of CGI is just removing things that aren't supposed to be there.
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas like, so the difference between using CGI to remove things or quickly alter something versus creating the visual from whole cloth, because it feels like some of those car flips were definitely CGI, but yeah. Some of the
Oh, yeah.
they definitely destroyed some cop cars for sure in this movie. But
Quite a few, some would say.
boy, there was it was early on. There was a thing where it's just like one cop car had like one little thing done to it, and it caused like a 3 cop car pileup with one of them flipping over, and it's just like, come on, guys.
The first cop car had very little happen to it, but by the time we got to the third one, it was just mangled.
How anyone survived that beyond me.
I do remember there was one scene in this movie that I thought was particularly extremely unrealistic. And it's when a bunch of cops show up and they see Dr. Octopus and they don't immediately start shooting their guns. They actually try talking to him first. So that was really unrealistic. But, other than that, pretty grounded.
We had a high lister, the Aunt May. Just had her. They couldn't shoot
So
Aunt May.
twice in like 10 minutes, Aunt May is saved by Spider-Man, and like both times is like the way it's just like what's actually one of the things I haven't seen the movie, but I know that happens in one of the Amazing Spider-Man movies is like when Stacy dies because like she like breaks her back while getting saved by Spider-Man or something. And I'm like, yeah, that definitely would have happened to Aunt May there. She's a brittle old lady. She would not have survived that.
My favorite thing too about these movies is Spider-Man talking to her directly, and Aunt May, who has literally raised this person, would know everything about this person from voice to mannerisms, going, "What up?" Not going, "What up, Peter?"
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, she
or
would
like
definitely
figuring out sooner, right? I
like
get there's a mask, but there's only so much you can mask, right? There's only so much you can muffle.
yeah,
her voice.
if somebody I had known for what is he supposed to be 19 years old in this? Somebody for
19 to 21, I think.
yeah, he's early college age, and yeah, you talk to somebody like they put on a costume and you can't see their face, you're still gonna know it's them if they're talking to you.
Start the fan theories that Aunt May knew all along. Hanging from the building. She's
Yeah.
just like, oh, I probably shouldn't say his name right now.
All I could say
Probably,
is, having more recently watched the Tom Holland ones, let's just say that I don't know. I think but the Aunt May in this one compared to Marissa Tomei, I'll take some Marissa. Looking good at her
Yeah,
age.
it's because for whatever reason they keep making Spider-Man younger and younger to start with. When in a lot of series, and Bond's probably in chat strangling me, but if I recall, a lot of series he's actually in college when the bite happens. It's because they're on a study trip to an Oscorp usually. Yeah, I can't wait for
Funny
preteen
bowler.
Spider-Man. But like even then, right? The problem with Spider-Man and Aunt May is that it's supposed to be his great aunt in a lot of cases, not his parents.
Yeah,
brothers,
she's way too
like-
old in this movie to be a normal aunt. She's definitely a great aunt.
Yeah. She's supposed to be a great aunt because even when in the TV series, the animated TV series, when they're like get the flashbacks to his parents dropping him off, like they even calling him Aunt May, like I don't know. It's just it's always funny to me seeing the de-ageification of Aunt May in Spider-Man movies. She just
Well, look,
keeps getting younger and hotter.
If we can use the word grunkle for a great uncle, we should be able to call her a grant.
There's
Grunt.
Grunt. This is my Grunt.
Grunt.
My Grunt May.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
I think it's going to catch on.
Grunt
and I
May.
get to take credit for it.
I don't think it will.
Oh.
Stop trying
All
to make
yours.
that happen.
All yours.
So, we've been talking about this movie for a while. Why don't you give us a brief rundown of the movie itself, so we can get your synopsis of it all?
All right, so we have the movie. Peter's in college, but he finds that he doesn't seem to have enough time for his studies or his social life because he's spending too much time being Spider-Man, and his life as Peter Parker is suffering for it. He has a strained relationship with Harry Osborn and MJ, and his professor's like, you're brilliant, but you're not putting in the effort.
You're brilliant, but you're not brilliant.
You're brilliant, but you're lazy, basically.
Yeah.
But because they didn't realize that he's not being lazy, he's being Spider-Man. But anyway, he's not with MJ. Prediction wrong. But then he, through his professor, he gets to, or Harry Osborn or something, he gets to go and he meets Dr. Octopus, and we see Otto Octavius, who's working on a fusion reactor. In order to control it, he's like, hey, I made these cool arms. Check out my cool arms. And then when he's showing the fusion reactor, things seem to be going okay, but then things start to not go okay. And then there's a little chip that he's got on the back of it that he left, right at the top, easily exposed and not contained or protected whatsoever. And then when things go bad, that chip gets destroyed. Spider-Man pulls the plug on the fusion reactor, shutting it down. Octavius is hurt, but the thing that stops the arms from controlling him, which apparently is something he programmed into those arms to give them sentience. Don't know why he did that, but he did. And Octavius wakes up in a hospital, and we have a scene that makes me really, 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 really wish this movie was rated R. Because, I want to see a recut of just that scene as if it was rated R and done by a horror, a B-list movie director, because that scene done by a proper horror director would be fucking amazing. Also in that scene, this movie we said came out the same year as Revenge of the Sith, and apparently both Darth Vader and Dr. Octopus wake up with their wife dead, being transformed into a more mechanical monster, and go, no!
Well, yeah,
I laughed.
we looked that up.
I
It's
laughed.
actually Spider-Man predates Revenge of the Sith by 1 year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that made me laugh so hard. But the thing is that the movies came out close enough that Lucas did not rip off this movie. He already had that in the script well before. That's yeah.
Oh yeah. For sure.
I just think it's funny that they both came out similar to the same time and that similar scene.
And they
Anyway.
said it similarly, and the scene looked similar.
Yeah.
Both hands up.
But come on, you guys agree, right? That scene with proper violence and gore, and at the end of it, the whole room just being splattered in blood would be goddamn amazing, right? Right?
Oh, absolutely. 100%.
It would be interesting, to say the least. But yes.
So yeah, then Octavius just kind of he tries to do a little bit of bank robbing, and Spider-Man kind of stops him. I don't know, did he actually get money? He obviously was able to get money because he was able to rebuild his reactor, but for a time, Spider-Man stops being Spider-Man, and Octavius is hiding in his little bunker, well, not bunker, but his abandoned building or something, because there's a lot of abandoned buildings in New York City. Not a lot of demand for real estate there. A lot of buildings just sit empty in New York City. Nobody uses them. Anyway, I think it's funny that crime spikes by 75% without Spider-Man. Who is mayor at the
It's a
time?
huge number.
What's that meme that's the difference in superheroes and how Spider-Man in a lot of cases ends up way too far outside of his scope of work because he micromanages a small borough of New York City, right? pretty much just Hell's Kitchen, but most of Manhattan too, right? Like is
It seems like a lot of the stuff he does is in Manhattan, but I thought he lived in Queens.
he's in Queens. He lives in Queens and does stuff like he all throughout New York City is when he works in, but
He doesn't touch. He doesn't touch.
happens,
Well, he has an
is in
agreement with.
Manhattan.
He doesn't touch Staten Island. He's got an agreement.
He doesn't
with Mom.
touch Staten Island.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah, we don't
I heard there's
Staten Island.
vampires there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But no, it's always funny, like because obviously it's just to emphasize how good of a job he's doing and how much time he'd actually been actually dedicating away from the rest of his regular life to keeping crime low, right? But it's also like, he micromanages the shit out of this place. Like, there's no way this man's not always working, right, for free, basically.
Honestly, they should have. The city should have just given him a stipend so he wouldn't have to do so much photography and college stuff. Just pay Spider-Man. But then that's so many extra work. And why is J. Jonah Jameson gotta hate so much? Yeah, a lot. And also during the whole movie, J. Jonah Jameson is hating on Spider-Man and running salacious headlines about him. But can I just say that, God damn it, I love J.K. Simmons. I love J.K. Simmons so much. He's just delightful in everything he's in.
He's always good. He's always good. He always knows the assignment.
Yes. He knows when and how to ham it up, but also, he's got some very good serious dramatic roles. I mean, the guy's great.
He has range. He's got range.
He's got range.
He's
really so good they brought him back.
He's in the Tom Holland
can
ones
play
as
Jameson.
well. Yeah, he's saved.
It's crazy.
He's consistently J. Jonah Jameson. I feel like it's just like one of those roles that the universe conspires to make people certain roles, right?
Well, the voice.
J. Jonah Jameson is one of them.
Like, I can't imagine J. Jonah Jameson speaking with a different voice than that. Like, that is the voice of J. Jonah Jameson. It just is. But yeah, so, he gives up being Spider-Man for a while. Things go bad. But then Peter starts to, get his life as Peter back together. He gets to finally go see MJ's show. He is doing better in school. But then, the lure of Spider-Man is just too much. And he's got to... with great power comes great responsibility. That's the line. And he's got great power. Also... he was losing his powers at some point. He's like, don't have my powers. I can't. He experienced dysfunction with his shooting the white stuff.
It is lovingly referred to as Raimi's midlife crisis impotence movie. Because there's no other way to describe it as impotence, right? Like, man can't do the job. He can't get off. He can't get his spider webs to shoot out. He can't climb the walls because everything's falling around him.
But he gets his mojo back, and he kind of has to at some point because Harry Octavius needs the element stuff from Harry Osborn, and rest in peace, his dad. Not and uncle. I assume that Ozzy Osbourne is his uncle. Oh, guys,
no.
What? It's different Osbourne. I mean, Harry Osborn's dad. Wait, am I getting the last names wrong?
What are you trying to say right now?
Yeah, who are you talking about?
The guy who's in the first movie, Osborn was like the Green Goblin.
Ozzy, not Ozzy Bentai.
Yeah,
Harry Osborn.
Yeah, Harry Osborn's the son, right?
Son.
Oh,
yeah.
Wait, is Willem Dafoe Harry? No, Harry's the son, right?
Harry's the son.
Harry is the son.
Yeah, so Harry Osborn's dad. Norman Osborn is dead, and so is Ozzy Osbourne. They're both dead, and I assume that they were brothers.
Too soon.
Twig.
But seriously, rest in peace, Ozzy. Partied up in hell down there, brother. Anyway, so Octavius needs the element, and Harry's like, you gotta kill Spider-Man, but don't hurt Peter Parker. Because, but you gotta go talk to Peter, because Peter probably knows who Spider-Man is or where he is. And then, then Doc Ock attacks Peter. kidnaps MJ, and so he's like, "Oh, I gotta save MJ because that's part of being Spider-Man is you gotta save MJ." And then they have like the big fight on the train, and yeah, there's a lot of memes from that fight on the train, the holding the train back
Fantastic
thing,
scene.
all the people like crowd surfing him through the train. And then it's just like, they don't directly say it, but it's heavily implied that like, all these people are right here. They're all like, we didn't see your face. Nope. We don't know what you look like or who you are. No. Spider-Man saved our life. We never saw his face. I thought that was kind of neat. You know, they're all just like, nope, we didn't see it.
Don't worry, your secret's safe with us.
Yeah, because, you know, he saved their lives. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of memes around him holding the train forward and being held up above, like, the savior and all that. Boy, Spider-Man really had his mask off a lot in these movies.
It was comical, even, that he's like, I'm trying to keep my facade, but then, like, half the shots are him, half mask burned off, and, like, damaged to all shit so you can see his eye color and what he looks like. It's fucking comical.
Yeah.
In so many ways. How often his identity is discovered, right?
But anyway, Doc Ock fails to kill Spider-Man, but he gets the stuff that he needs. Then Harry finds out that Spider-Man is Peter Parker. Doc Ock starts off the big fusion reactor. Spider-Man gets there, tries to shut it down, but it's self-contained at this point and doesn't shut down. They have a little bit of a fight. Doc Ock kind of regains his senses and is like, "Oh, I'm me again," and then sacrifices himself to put this giant fusion reactor underwater because apparently just smothering it with water, apparently it needs oxygen to work. I don't know.
Yay, your correct prediction.
So then, yeah, Doc Ock dies, and Spider-Man, and then we see the final scene from The Graduate, kind of. Not really, because Spider-Man doesn't interrupt the wedding. But, you know, we have MJ leaving J. Jonah Jameson's son at the altar, and she's like, "I love you." And then, so, like, yeah, they kind of get together at the end of the movie, and she knows he's Spider-Man, and she's cool with it. And she's like, "Oh, that's why you've been ignoring me, because you do love me.
You've been saving the world."
Yeah.
New York City, aka the world.
The world!
Yeah, because New York City is the world, you know. It's the only city that matters, according to people who live there. So yeah, and at some point in the movie, Spider-Man's like, "I'm responsible for Ben's death because I made a decision that changed things that led to somebody else." It was one of those stupid things where, like, somebody else did all the things to kill this person, but they wouldn't have been able to do it if I hadn't made this decision that I couldn't possibly have known the outcome of, and therefore I'm responsible. It's just like, shut the fuck up. You're not responsible. It's just like... I always think that's kind of, I don't know, but it's probably somewhat realistic. There's probably a lot of people that get survivor's guilt or feel like they're responsible because they made a decision that if they had made a different decision, things would have turned out differently. But at the same time, it's just like, it's not, it feels like something that people only ever get mad at themselves for. Like, how could you get mad at somebody else for that? You know, it's like, come on.
It's just, I don't know, survivor's guilt.
Yeah.
Right? It's a human ability. The human mind always wants to take blame and own blame so they can control a situation. You know?
Yeah. But yeah, just going on things, like we talked about the visual effects, held up pretty good. Good mix of practical and visual and, you know, CGI effects. It looked pretty good. I thought the acting was pretty good. I really liked Alfred Molina in this movie.
Oh yeah.
I thought he was great. I thought he was a highlight of the movie. I thought he was entertaining whenever he was on the screen. Really liked him.
He adds a lot of character.
He has a very interesting look to him. Like, his face has a lot of character.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I thought he did great. Kirsten Dunst was fine. She's good. Really like her in Fargo season 2. She's amazing in Fargo season 2. Bruce Campbell was in this movie as a rude usher. I was not expecting to see Bruce Campbell. We, of course, had the quick Stan Lee cameo. But yeah, this movie felt very of 2004. Like, I was like, oh yeah, this is... And, you know, just thinking, like, watching this movie, it's just like, this movie felt kind of formulaic, like I've seen this before. But I have to remember, what I've seen before is, like, you see the DNA of this movie in, like, so many of the MCU movies. Like, this is definitely a platform upon which the MCU was built. And it's interesting seeing it after you've seen so many of the movies, you know, kind of like earlier in the season when we were talking about The Sting. You've seen so many things that movie, and I'm not saying that this movie originated all those things. I mean, obviously, like the 90s Batman movies had a lot of similar structure to this. But, you know.
Yeah. But it's when it's the progenitor for a lot of other things, you start seeing it in the gene codes of the other movies. And then going back, having not seen the progenitor, right? You go, oh, this was just like this movie that I like watching. And you're like, oh, wait, that's because this is what inspired the movie that I like watching.
Exactly. And, you know, the Marvel movies, definitely, there's a lot of people that really like to look down on those movies and, like, really, like, snub their nose at them, but come on, for what they are, and for what they are, they're phenomenally well done. Like, they tie together extremely well, and they have characters that are fun to watch. Like, come on, they're great movie. I mean, are they high art and cinema? Man, maybe not, but
no, not really.
They're superhero movies. They're exactly what they need to be.
They're popcorn movies.
Yeah.
Superhero movies were never meant to be the bespoke pieces that give us things to think about.
Like, I will defend the Fast and the Furious movies to my grave. Like, you know, whereas, like...
Love them?
I love them. I love the Fast and Furious movie. Okay, some of them. 2 and 4 are a little... Yeah, but 1 is still a fun ride. Tokyo Drift is just bananas and bonkers. And then... Fast 5, I think Fast 5 is one of the greatest. Like, if you're going to talk about, like, I think Fast 5 is the greatest dumb popcorn flick of all time. And I haven't seen the. I haven't seen the
see
Fast
that one as well.
Movies beyond the first and second one.
Oh my God, Dre. Okay, for Dre's missing movie months, we're watching Fast 5. I'm making you watch Fast 5.
Which one is? Which one is Tokyo Drift technically in the numbers?
The third one.
3.
The third one. Yeah.
Okay. I think I've watched 3 of them then. So the Tokyo Drift was the last one I remember watching.
Yeah.
I watched it when I was like young, and I probably shouldn't have watched it.
Yeah.
But they never interested me on that. I'm sorry, they're not fascinating movies to me. Not even for popcorn movies.
5 is the first movie that has The Rock in it.
Is that all you care about? The Rock, his big, stupid, sexy abs.
Yeah.
But we're getting off topic.
I mean, we're still somewhat on. God, did a Fast and the Furious movie come out the same year as this?
I don't know, but it's not entirely unfeasible.
But yeah, I mean, this was kind of a popcorn flick. But, you know, definitely a well-made one. But I mean, a lot of time, I wasn't expecting to laugh as much as I laughed watching this movie. This movie was definitely an action comedy, but I mean, Spider-Man is supposed to be an action comedy. Spider-Man's supposed to be funny. Like, from the beginning, the comic, like, Spider-Man's supposed to be that young kid who's just making quips and being a smartass. You know, that's the heart of Spider-Man. And, you know, so I liked that this movie. Fast and Furious did not first come out in 2009, OmegaMystiQ. I'm sorry, I see your comment there. That's wrong.
That's not.
That's what it said.
I watched that movie in high school, so it had to have been 2003 or earlier.
Unless this is one of the later movies that's just using the Fast and the Furious.
The Fast and the Furious. It's
the fourth one. That's
you're thinking Fast and
that.
Don't go get started on the name. We have the Fast and the Furious, Too Fast, Too Furious, Fast and Furious, Tokyo Drift, Fast and Furious, Fast 5. It's just like, yeah, there's, yeah.
They get a little numb. They get a little dumb.
I think they screwed up for the 10th one. It should have been
There's
called...
a 10th one?
There's 11 now. Plus Tokyo, or plus a Hobbs and Shaw. Anyway, the 10th one should have been called Fast 10, and then subtitle Your Seatbelts.
Ah, I'm glad they didn't do that.
I hate you. I hate you.
I really am glad they didn't do that.
Ow. Okay, I deserve that.
Yeah.
Ow.
Try your penis at this man.
But yeah, I don't know. What more is there really to say about this movie? It was a spider...
Oh, we can talk about the music.
The music was fine.
The music was fantastic.
The music was good. I thought the music was good. Yeah, it fit the movie well, you know. Fit the scenes. Good. Yeah, good music. Pretty good cinematography. Yeah. So yeah, shall we see how my predilections did? Or...
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah,
over
let's
your
take a look.
Because there were quite a few that I had to bite my tongue on.
So Peter Parker and Mary Jane are in a relationship at the beginning of the movie. Peter Parker is in college and Dr. Octopus is one of his professors. Well, I mean, I am right about the college.
Right.
Correct.
Half right.
But I still think it...
Right.
So are we going to give me a gold just for the half right?
You're going to get a yellow,
or
not a gold.
Okay, fine.
You're not getting gold.
But yes,
not for a wrong prediction.
Otto Octavius and Peter Parker are good friends, so Spider-Man and Doc Ock are enemies. Not really. They met each other, and they were like...
I would make an argument that they would have become good friends had the movie, because in a lot of comics they are close friends. They do work together, right? Eventually, he becomes a lab assistant. In some universes in college, other ones he's like a TA for him. It's really weird and dependent on the multiverse of the Spider-Man that you're in.
But we're not talking about that. We're talking about this movie.
Before he becomes Doc Ock, they end up being like semi-close.
I would say friendly acquaintances rather than good friends.
Yeah. Because they only just met, right?
Yeah, so I feel like I can maybe give myself a yellow on this one. What do you think?
Yeah, I give you a yellow. That's what I was trying to get at, was that this is like a yellow because they were on route to be that way before Travis.
Peter and MJ breaking up can't really happen because they're never really together.
That's wrong.
Yeah.
Now this second to last one is a little interesting because he doesn't really figure it out. It's revealed to him when Peter just has his mask off.
Yeah, he just takes it off.
Yeah,
to appeal to his emotions.
Yeah. He doesn't figure it out. Spider-Man shows him, so I think I kind of got this wrong.
That's wrong.
But hey, I got the last one right.
Yeah,
he died. Spider-Man didn't do it.
Like in most Spider-Man movies, he did not do it. It was the hubris of the villain that usually gets them.
But it wasn't the hubris of the villain. It was the villain coming to his senses and then doing the right thing. So I kind of liked that.
Yeah, it was like what is that called?
One could make the argument that the real villain was the arms.
Yes.
That were puppeting him. And
AI is evil, everyone. It was the AI.
I did kind of like the arms and like with the things like it almost looked like a mouth opening up. Like they were like, I don't know, they were always kind of cute at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know that you could give mechanical arms emotions, but there they were.
So 2 points out of 6, not a good score, but honestly, that doesn't really mean a whole lot. It just means I wasn't able to predict it. And if I can predict a movie perfectly, then well, that's not that interesting of a movie. So, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So now the question is,
what your predictions are, Twig. How did you find the movie, and how would you rate it?
Well, I found the movie by going on Disney Plus, and
all right, kicking your ass. And I found this foot. And it is aimed at asses. Yours in particular.
Well, I can tell you that the bottom 2 rows of this chart are going to remain empty. I think that's pretty obvious from our discussion.
This is the longest those 2 have remained empty.
Yeah, we need to watch a bad movie in a couple weeks.
We don't need to watch a bad movie, but I feel like we're overdue for one at this point, right?
We might be watching Minecraft soon, so...
We're not... Yep, moving on. Where would you put this on your rating scale?
Well, I'm not going to put it on the top tier. I wouldn't say great movie.
I would agree.
It's tough to do this because, like, I don't know. It was a popcorn flick. I did enjoy it. I felt it was better than most popcorn flicks, but to me it was still a popcorn flick. And there was a lot of parts in this that I thought were kind of dumb, but fun. So I do feel like it, in terms of like my first impression of it, I do kind of feel like it needs to go in the dumb fun category. But it feels better than that, so I kind of want to elevate it a little bit. Like, I would watch this movie again before I would watch Albert Nobbs' Sting or Tales of Earthsea again.
That's fair.
But I still kind of feel like it goes in the dumb fun category, which is kind of its own thing, you know. Is dumb fun a good movie or a bad movie? I think both good movies and bad movies can go in the dumb fun category.
That's kind of the point of them. You know,
so I think I am going to put it in dumb fun, but it's definitely it's probably going to stay at the very top of dumb fun.
Yeah, bordering on I enjoy it.
Yeah, like I said, I would more likely rewatch this movie than any of the things on the I enjoyed it. But yeah, I think it's a good spot for it.
Something to also note, guys, is that really the top 3 categories shouldn't be seen as competitive with each other, right? They should be seen as things, right? In and of themselves. The bottom 2 should always be seen as if they're below dumb fun, I enjoyed it, or great movies, they're bad. Or they're not necessarily bad, but not.
Yeah. Well,
we want to talk
did
about.
not like it as great for a movie like Dirty Dancing, where it's just like, I can see the merits of this movie, I can see that it's a good movie, but it wasn't for me. You know. And then there's Romeo and Juliet. But yeah, I guess there's really not too much more to say about this movie. It is where it is on the list, and I enjoyed chatting with the both of you about it.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, Omega. It was
thanks for having me.
It's like I said, it's been on this list. It's been on my why has no one chosen this list for a while, and it's been on my. Now I can move on to the next.
Baffles
one.
me.
Yeah. But now I can finally say I got booped. Now I can finally say I have seen it, and we can cross it off the list, and then we can move on to our next one. Don't know what the next one's going to be yet. Talking with some guests, we're going to try and get lined up, but we will be off next week. Well, Twigs Missing Movies will be. I'm hoping. Hey, anybody want to come watch spooky ghost videos with me next week? Because that could be fun. If you're a VTuber, you want to watch some ghost videos with me, let me know. Because I do always like to have guests on Corvids, Creepers, and Conspiracies. That's my plugs. Omega, do you have any plugs?
I don't. Not at all. Maybe a little bit.
All right.
Thanks so much for stopping by.
Dre, anything fun coming up in the Draken world?
No, not really. I mean, just as you guys know, I'm still on a semi-hiatus. I know Bonds have a normal stream week, and Croc is indeterminate at the moment. So just stay tuned. You know,
Yeah,
big things coming, as I keep saying.
But OmegaMystiQ's name is in the description, so you click that and give him a follow. And
make sure you guys check out this VOD, like it, share it from YouTube.
Yeah, if you're watching this on YouTube, please, the like. I know I hate begging for this shit at the end, but
like and subscribe.
Yeah, even if you already watch it on
Hit
Twitch,
the notification bell.
Yeah. So you can know when I finally have given enough effort into finally uploading it to YouTube. And with the caw, that's the closing caw. We're heading out here. We're gonna go raid Bunny Cartoon, somebody who's like I've interacted with a bunch, but they're almost never streaming. So we're gonna go give her a hi, and we will see y'all next time. Yeah, we go.
Be like real late night show type. Paramount does have an opening.
I do like making random sounds.
Yeah, it's not gonna hurt you.
Corvus Twig.
It's fun.